Are you ready to transform your summer into an epic splash-tastic adventure? Say goodbye to wasteful, single-use water balloons and hello to the ultimate in reusable, eco-friendly fun with reusable water balloons. Check out the link in the video description to get yours on Amazon today.
Raw video. 3240479 male victim of October 7th describes horrific gang rape by Hamas. A man who was held down and gang raped by Hamas terrorists at the Nova Festival has told the Mail Online that he was used as their doll, where they did whatever they wanted to him. Speaking on condition of anonymity 9 months after the attack, the former tennis coach painstakingly recounted his horrific ordeal on October 7th, said how it has left him feeling dirty with shame, and told how he has gained a large amount of weight from the trauma. D, identified only by an initial, says he is still unsure whether it would have been better to have been killed, rather than to have survived the horror. My friend and I arrived at the Nova Festival Friday night around midnight, which was truly a very special party, he recalled. At the beginning, there was a unique atmosphere, distinctive music, and interesting people. During the first few hours of the party, we thoroughly enjoyed everything that was happening. Things soon took a terrifying turn, however. Thousands of Hamas gunmen streamed across the border from Gaza and rampaged across southern Israel. They killed around 1,200 people at the festival and in nearby Kibbutzim, and took more than 250 people hostage back into Gaza. At 6:30 in the morning, when the chaos of gunfire and everything else began, we initially thought it was just sirens, D recalled. We were certain it was incoming rockets, something we could handle by entering a shelter. At some point, we realized it was actually a terrorist infiltration. A massive panic ensued, with screaming and gunshots. People didn't know what to do. We asked the police officers where to go and what to do, but they said they would look into it. Eventually, everyone started fleeing in different directions. Some drove or ran towards open areas, while others headed for their vehicles in an attempt to survive. It turned into an enormous chaos, he said. Because of the party and everything going on, it took us a few moments to grasp what was happening and the situation we were in. This continued until an announcement was made over the loudspeakers that the party was cancelled, and they finally told us what was going on. But when he realized terrorists had infiltrated the Nova Peace Party, D says he was scared, and had a panic attack. It's like all the demons come out at that moment, you become very tense and you suddenly enter survival mode. We started running. At first, you don't even know whether to run or not, because if you stay, security forces might say, listen, we are evacuating you from here and there. You are trying to understand what's for the best. At first, I managed to run after some guy. I saw a certain number of people going in one direction, so I went too. I don't know if at that moment you think, okay, maybe this is the right place because there are many people. But as he fled, D says that he was suddenly grabbed by Hamas terrorists. Out of nowhere, they pounced on me. I mean, not out of nowhere, you do know it's happening. But until that moment it seemed very distant to me. When it happened and you get hit, you go into a very, very big shock, and because I was in such shock, it was hard for me to resist. Not that it would have helped because it's possible that if I had resisted more, they would have shot me. It was a gang of Hamas elite forces, known as Nukba, that had surrounded D, all dressed in army clothes. One of them was their commander, I think he was their leader. They addressed him according to his bandana, he recalls. He was unable to run very far as he was surrounded by the terrorists who punched him to the ground and held him down in a choking position. They put me on the ground like something like this, demonstrates, and my head is on the ground. In that moment, you feel a sort of disconnection from your body. At first, you try to resist, but after a while, at some point, you surrender to the situation. You enter this incredibly difficult mental state within yourself. It was at this point, D said, that the terrorists sexually assaulted and raped him. They took my clothes off. They start to make spit noise, on my head. They spoke Arabic. I know Arabic because I served in national service. I could hear them say Yahud, the Arabic word for Jew, and all these words. They choked me very hard when the